guys, in this video I'm going to talk about how you can take advantage of 2022 and create your ideal year for your accomplishment and your goals and growth. This is all you need, literally. This is how I started traveling around in the pandemic and met so many beautiful people, and also boosted my social media game and boosted my coaching business as well. And here's something that you don't know. Your physical manifestation actually came from, most likely, your blind spot. And especially 2022 will be insanely fast and drastic changes and lots of blessings and lessons for all of us. So make sure buckle up and let's dive in. What is up, guys? Hope you guys are having a fucking glorious day. Happy New Year to all of you guys. 2022 is here. I almost said 2021, but 2022 is here. Fuck yeah. By the way, what time is it? It's showtime. Anyway, in this video, I'm going to talk about how to actually make this 2022 will be the best year of your life, or maybe in the last decade. Through this video, I'm going to be talking about affirmation and what I like to call basic fundamental. This is a life-changing tool for your mind and your body, and then literally your happiness and your physical manifestation and everything you need in this fucking reality. And I'm using F words too much, so there's gonna be a lot of cuts. Anyway, in this video, I actually share my personal secrets to actually flip your situation, law of attraction, manifestation, whatever you want to call it, the universe, God, and all the kind of stuff that we can't visually see or we can't touch it, we can't use the five senses to actually experience those aspects, but you can. You can actually experience it by executing what you need to do and bring it into your physical reality, and that's how you experience. And look, for all of us, we are going to make this year fucking great together. So here I am. I'm going to be sharing this beautiful aspect that changed my life. Like, this is really, really important. So I really hope that you take your time and take notes and whatever you can to understand fully what I'm about to say. All right, so before we dive in, I'd like to announce that I actually have a few spots left for 2022 that me and you, the one-on-one coaching program, it's completely exclusive. And me and you working more than 8 weeks plus. And it's going to be a long journey, and me and you are working together. And even though it's going to be online, but I'm going to make it the best out of it. Like, you don't feel like it's an online coaching program, but it's like just human to human, you and me working together to actually make a change and live your life like a movie. So if you wish the 2022 would drastically change in the early stage of this year, then click the link in below. Make sure you apply the consultation before I get booked. Alright guys, let's dive in. And first and foremost, you create your own reality. Period. You create your fucking reality. That, my friend, is your reality. This is my reality. And nobody actually created this for us. We did that. The present moment is a creation of your past. What have you been thinking? What have you been feeling and making decision, and how you were behaving to yourself and to others? That, my friend, is what you see on the table right now. And this is it. This is the only thing that we need to fully understand, but most of us actually not really understanding because we think we do, and that's the problem. And I'll tell you why this 2022 will be the crazy year for all of us. Like, drastic changes, lots of blessing and lessons, like fast changes, like new things, and lots of changes, lots of different things. Well, the first reason is because of the extension of COVID restriction. Obviously, there's some countries that it's actually pretty chill and not crazy lockdown and everything, but especially Europe, where I am, Amsterdam, Netherlands, you need to be vaccinated or you need to be tested every single time to actually get to the restaurant or cafe or even gym, and then boom, lockdown. So what the government says is basically this lockdown will continue until 14th January, and who knows what's going to happen afterwards. So this has been definitely affecting us mental and a physical and a spiritual aspect, and health, to be honest. So in every aspect that human beings are now tested how to shift their reality into this fine line between the physical and the digital. And even though that we are human, we are animal at the end of the day, so we need a physical touch or physical connection between your friends and family and loved ones. But because of this, whole pandemic situation and go back and forth in the same fucking scenario, it's absolutely affecting us. And besides, there's a drastic shift in internet. And as we all know that there's things called the metaverse, and now Facebook called the metaverse, and there's things called Web 3.0. Basically, the technology itself is now developing into the next level. So which means many things are gonna go rise up into the better, and many things is gonna go disappear. So that's something that we need to all be mindful and catch these waves of the change in the society. And as I said before, I'm gonna share with you guys my fucking secret. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, completely honest with you guys, because I was not sure if I should share with this on the YouTube or public, because it's something that I share with my clients and this is really a life-changing aspect. Then I thought about it. We all should know about this. We all should understand this aspect and know this so that we can actually understand what's happening in the world, the society, with the reality and all that kind of complicated stuff. We all deserve to know this. So I'm going to share with you guys right now. And this fundamental is literally the most profound tool to live your life better. Before the fundamental, I would like to share with my personal affirmation for 2022 and then how you can actually implement this affirmation into the best effective way. Alright, so affirmation is literally on my journal. This is my personal journal. This is a big ass journal. It's pretty cool, right? I use 6 affirmation and I'll read it 3 times each, because if you read affirmation only 1 time, it's not really strong enough or convincing enough for you to actually affirm the states that you're reading. So I recommend all of you guys to read 3 times each, and then I've got 6 of them I'll share with you guys. So number 1 is something to do with the discipline, because I'd like to stay disciplined. It's something that you need. Don't rely on the motivation, rely on discipline. If you're disciplined enough, you can execute many things without being bitching about it. And of course, you can actually change it into your words and in your way to actually be convincing enough for yourself. So number 1 is I am disciplined and my mind is stronger than anything. So this is something that obviously convincing to me, and I am disciplined. So that's something that I want to tell myself the first thing in the morning. Actually, I've written that easy ones here. This one says I'm disciplined, I'm energetic, I am happy and excited, I'm successful and wealthy, and I only live once. This is something obviously, I wake up the bed right there, I wake up every morning and I look at this and I go like, I'm disciplined, I'm disciplined, I'm disciplined, rather than, oh fuck it, it's the morning, it's morning. So you gotta affirm that state, which literally change your chemical in your brain. That's the affirmation for, okay? Don't underestimate the affirmation. Affirmation is a chemical level of the magic, but you need to use it in the correct way. And number 2 is I'm successful and I'm wealthy. This is something to do with my business and my goals and financial or life goals or whatever it is. We all want to be successful in a way, but you can define your success. And number 3, I am rich, I'm abundant, I have so much money. So basically, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I have been struggling with money because of my limiting beliefs. My parents used to fight over money and my parents didn't like me to join the conversation about money. So I was literally programmed the way not to be okay talking about money, not to be okay to exchange money between friends. That shit literally hold me tight, being broke such a long time. So I definitely don't want to go back, and then I'd rather to step up into the financial game. So I definitely tell myself that I love money and I appreciate respect, and we all deserve to get what we want. Like I said, we just need to understand how to get it. And number 4 is I have everything I want. And this is it. Like, if you have everything you want, and if you can affirm it into and bring yourself into the conviction that you do believe or know, like know that I have everything I want, and it's done. You're good to go, baby. And number 5 is I'm creative and I have full of ideas. I'm filled with ideas. And this is something I have been affirming recently because I make content and everything, and I also love coming out with quotes. So I'd rather to tell myself, and this is a game changer. Like I started telling myself, and then I realized, I was I was kind of like struggling to being creative when it comes to the content, because I'm creative when it comes to like filming, short making, or like fashion and those kind of stuff. But when it comes to the creating content, I was like, I don't have any idea. So that became my conviction, and then I just kept telling myself that, oh, I don't have an idea for the content. But now I have fucking filled with ideas, baby. I really recommend you guys to use the I am creative part, because if you can tell yourself that you're creative, even though you don't do anything creative like painting or fashion or whatever it is, so stay creative, okay? You are the creator in this reality. If you create your reality, you better be creative, isn't it? All right, number 6 is I don't care what other people think about me. Okay, this is so gold. This is we all need it, okay? You must put this one into your affirmation, 100%. No negotiation, period. Stop caring what other people think about you, because they don't care as much as you care about yourself. And clearly, they care about themselves the most. That's everybody else, including you. So you have to care. That's your responsibility. That's your fucking responsibility to take care of yourself and caring what you think rather than what they think. So these are the 6 affirmations, and this is gold, okay? And then the words can be different, and it can be longer, it can be shorter, whatever you like. It has to be convincing to you, not to me, not anybody else, but to you. And read it 3 times in a way that very, very convincing. All right, so finally, let's get into the basic fundamental, and this is gold. So make sure you take notes. So like I said, this fundamental literally changed my life, and this has changed my life. And this is the logical part of the mystical divine presence. Anything that mystical to us is very logical and mathematical. So if you do it right, you get the right outcome, but you don't get what you deserve. You get what you've done. So I'm going to share 3 rules, and then, like I said, you need to understand the depth, okay? You need to understand the depth and actually practice it and execute it into a reality. Otherwise, nothing will change. Knowing without doing anything is same as not knowing. Number 1, do not listen to people who doesn't have what you want. This seems so easy, but most of us are actually subconsciously listening to people who doesn't have what we want. And that's a problem. Your subconscious mind can listen to the sound or any information, visual, sensory information, anything that actually lower or smaller than actually our conscious mind can actually catch. So which means you just overheard something and you started believing it. And now that's your problem. Do not listen to people who doesn't have what you want. If you want to be a sushi chef, like Japanese, perfect, beautiful sushi chef, which, it's a professional, then you have to go to Japan, right? And then you have to go to Japan. And if you go to this like franchise restaurant, a sushi restaurant, and they're like, hey, I want to be a professional sushi chef, then you're clearly in the wrong place. You have to go to these like expensive, amazing sushi restaurant to actually, work for them and getting paid and practice it every single day. There's some people do that 10 years, and I know it's crazy. Like, it is crazy. But the point is, you need to go to that expensive, amazing sushi restaurant if you want to be that level of a sushi chef. You can't go to this cheap €1 sushi restaurant in Japan to actually become an amazing sushi chef. And because if you're constantly listening to people who doesn't have what you want, you're just listening to the opinion over and over. And who cares about the opinion? Do not seek opinions, seek advice for yourself and for your growth. All right, number 2, I know is a blind spot. There's so many people say I know. And it's not about words, okay? I'm not saying that it's a bad word. I'm saying that it's a blind spot. And you know why? Because when you say I know, that you close the door for the new information that you are about to introduce to the new information, and you close the door for your growth. So now you cannot learn new things, so you cannot tap into the next step. For example, let's say you know so much about law of attraction. Let's say someone told you about law of attraction, and you're like, I know law of attraction, like, shut the fuck up. But you never know, maybe he or she knew something that you didn't know, and that can be the most important part in law of attraction. So the point here is, when you want to say I know, is that your ego wants to show that you are actually better than you. So which means I don't know is the golden answer. You don't need to show that you know, okay? And I bet you're smart, but you don't need to prove that you're smart. But you can just act dumb and get all the information, and then you can learn yourself from everybody else. But like I said, this is a combination. This is a fine line of listen to people who don't listen to people who doesn't have what you want. You can observe the information and take what's necessary and then what's not. So basically you use I don't know more than I know so that you can be introduced to new informations. But however, you need to understand, okay, which one to believe, because you don't want to listen to who doesn't have what you want. And number 3, 90% of your accomplishment and success and whatever you want in your life comes from the way you think. And because when your thinking is right, you feel good. And we all want to be happy. Everything you want, like anything, car, house, travel around the world, beautiful, beautiful girlfriend, boyfriend, anything you want. The reason why you want those is because that makes you feel happy, blessed, aroused, excited. So the end result of what you want is essentially an emotion. And the funny thing is, if you're thinking positive and right, you feel good. So which means you can actually get what you want without having physical manifestations. So rather than focus on what's in front of you, you know, what you can see, which can be like, oh, I don't have this, I don't have that. But focus on feeling, emotions, because essentially if you feel good every single day, then you're a happy person. And like I said, every single person want to be happy. And that's all we want. Shift your focus on your thinking to make sure that you feel good right now. All right, so let's recap it. Number 1 is do not listen to people who doesn't have what you want. And number 2 is I know is always a blind spot, and I don't know is the golden answer. And number 3 is 90% comes from the way you think, not anything else. 90% comes from what you think. Right, with that said, this is literally change your So if it's necessary, please watch that again and make sure that you fully understand it and you can practice it when you're in the conversation, when you eat with someone, when you are feeling a little bit down. You have to practice it because it is a muscle, it is a practice. The more you practice, the better you become. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope that this will give you a lot of insight and make changes within the first couple of weeks so that you can kickstart 2022. Alright, remember guys, we are going to make this year fucking great and best year that we can experience together. So stay tuned and buckle up. And if you have a question, send me a DM on Instagram and reply DMs on Instagram, or leave a comment below and make sure you like the video. And if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and notification bell so you don't want to miss the video. Alright guys, I love you so much and get ready for 2022. Peace. Live your life like a movie.